There's the obvious, which is the driver, the software that runs the car. But there are two other very important pieces of the tech stack. One, of course, is the simulator, which is this virtual environment where you can test the car before you deploy it on the roads. And then there's a critic, which is a piece of software that's able to detect suboptimal performance in the simulator or in the real world. Because then you can hone in on those suboptimalities and then improve the driver and then verify that those fixes have indeed worked in the simulator. So it's really the driver, the simulator, and the critic is that triad right, in our tech stack that allows us to scale.
You have the full stack when it comes to autonomous vehicles.
That's right.
At Waymo.
That's right.
But some of your competitors are going for a very different approach, the brain-only approach, the end-to-end machine learning approach, without as much hardware, without necessarily those three different components.
That's right.
What gives you conviction that your approach, that the Waymo approach, ends up winning out?
Our tech stack focuses not just on the driver, but also ensuring that all of the plans the driver generates, it's GenAI, of course, so it generates plans. But you have to make sure that those plans that it generates are safe. And so you need to build in safety checks in real time so you can make sure the driver is prioritizing safety. And so it's the driver, the simulator, and the critic, onboard components that prioritize safety, which is an onboard validation layer, an independent validation layer to ensure the driver does the right thing. And when you look at all of that, that's what it takes to drive.
Because there will be some who say that Waymo is winning the present, but Wave AI, Tesla, maybe others end up winning the future.
I think for us, what we have seen is that the system allows us to learn fast and learn the right solutions to some of these problems. We talk about this Waymo flywheel inside the company, which is this continuous learning loop where we take all of the experience that we've gained and every additional mile of experience, whether it's on the real road or in simulator. And we take all of those learnings, we discover, we learn, we train our models, we simulate them, we validate it, then we deploy it, and then we collect more miles, which is more experience. And it's that continuous learning loop, that flywheel, right, that we build around these three crucial components that allows us to scale.
Do you think ultimately the two approaches converge? Those pursuing the end-to-end machine learning approach end up putting some LiDAR, some radar onto their systems to have that backup when it comes to safety as you start to pare back some of the hardware to meet those cost differentials. Do the two systems start to converge at some point?
I can't predict the future, but I think so, right? Because in the end, we're all solving the same problem. We want to drive safely, and we want to have good solutions to the challenges that we face along the way.
If Tesla cracks L4, fully autonomous, and then they ship across that fleet that they have, how much of a competitive challenge would that be?
We're always looking at competitors, and Tesla is a formidable competitor. And so, I think competition is good, but if there is that breakthrough moment, we'll be right there with it.